In this episode, we are going to feed all of our iguanas. We're going to do socialization sessions with the Croc Monitor and the Blackthroat Monitor. Then I'm going up to Aqualand to help beautify the property with both tropical plants and water lilies. And finally, we're going to work on our 350-foot wall of flowering vines at the Zoo Botanical Garden. Let's take a look.
We are in the enclosure with him, so he's a little nervous. We're gonna let him know we're not here to catch him or hurt him. We're gonna give him a free bite. He does love banana.
When we say we're in the enclosure with him, we have KJ running camera scrunched up in the inside corner of the exhibit.
Let's see if he'll come out for us.
This is the Lewisii hybrid iguana. He never turns down a meal. For this video, we're just feeding bananas, but all the iguanas get this full smorgasbord of greens, vegetables, and just a little bit of fruit.
That is not something you want to give it by. He's watching my other hand. It's just more banana over there.
This is the first time we're showing this one on camera. This is a female spiny-tailed iguana that was paired with our pied iguana, but the female was rough on the male, so we had to separate. Our newest iguana is this little rhinoceros iguana, and he came to us very squirmish, scared of everything. He just now started eating off tongs. I want to see if he'll take a banana out of my hands. Okay, now I'm going to try to put some banana on a stick and see if he'll take that instead. Last try, I'm going to try a smaller piece of banana. He eats every day off a tong, so I know it's just the size of the food I'm offering. I will offer a slightly smaller food and it'll be just fine.
So it looks like this girl is starting to test dig a potential nesting spot. So I just wanted to make sure she was extra comfy. She got her own plate over here while she gets busy with other things. That way, the masses do not disturb her in the process.
Look at this. We are making a breakfast burrito for our blue-tongued skink. A fuzzy mouse, some blueberries, rolled up in collard greens. Oh, and don't forget the superworms.
All the flavors are hitting his tongue at once, and he doesn't know what to think. But he likes it. I probably do have chopped chicken juice on there from earlier, so I don't want him to get too intrigued with my feet, but we do have a station we're trying to feed him at, and it is up here. So he's got the food, and we can start to apply a little bit of touch. We don't want to break our trust with him, but just simple petting like that lets him know, like, okay, they're not gonna grab me behind the neck. That was really good energy out of him. So he's already at the feeding station, but we want to keep him, you know, lean and healthy. So we're going to run him all the way back down. All the way back down. Little U-turn. And all the way back up. another one for him. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna go down. And he can, me and KJ saw him hang on with 1 foot the other day. Just going underneath. Let's see if we can get him to go underneath the log. There we go. So cool. Good boy. You can see his pupils just constantly move around, and there's more thought behind their eyes than a lot of reptiles. In my opinion, the smartest lizard that I personally worked with. You know, I'm sure there's something behind those Komodo dragon eyes and some of those other species, but from what I've worked with, they are the smartest lizards and the most agile. I mean, you saw him go underneath the tree. Let's see if he has any kind of reaction to the hand. This is where we put food, right on the deck a lot of times. So, you know, he's used to food coming right here. So he doesn't really see my hand as a piece of food right now, which is great. He's not trying to chase it, moving my hand around. And then, you know, he sees the rat and he's back in go mode right away. So he's doing really well with determining what's food and what's not. So let's see if we can do something a little different on this one. We're gonna try to get him to periscope all the way up here and see if he can get that. Almost there, buddy. We met him halfway in the middle there. Okay, it's all yours. It's all yours. Look at that, just hanging on upside down. Let's see where he'll take it. Oh yeah. Nice. Now, if you drop chicken juice and rat juice on your feet, he may try to test them out, but we got another rat for you, buddy. So they're decent climbers. They're not as good as our other monitors with the, you know, when it comes to the lace monitor and the croc monitor and stuff. Not as good of a climber as them, but still good enough to get up on these big rocks. But you'll notice we don't have perching in here because we don't want him tumbling down. They're not very graceful when it comes to climbing high like our other lizards are.
This right here is both a botanical garden and a zoo. Primarily a reptile zoo, though we may have mammals and we may have some birds. And the idea is as we walk down this 3/4 mile path, every 50, every 100 feet, we'll have a different exhibit. And right here, we're gonna start with the sulcata tortoise. Then up here on my right, we have the female lace monitor. Then we have the male lace monitor. This right here is going to be for baby alligators. This is the caiman lizard exhibit. And on the right is going to be the chameleon house. And we're about to walk up to the newest exhibit, and the newest exhibit is the Black Dragon exhibit. And this right here is the Black Dragon exhibit. We're just letting the Black Dragon go today.
We're gonna try to trick this guy into getting in the bin. If we have to grab him, that's okay. But we want to transport him to his new exhibit. He's getting a major upgrade. So we'll see if we can do this without having to restrain him. Okay, he's smelling it. He sees we just put this box in here, so he's a little standoffish because he would have already grabbed this food. He's got a great appetite. So there's a freebie. We'll let him swallow that, and then we'll try with number 2. Okay, down the hatch. Okay, KJ's getting him secured. Tucking that tail in. Get all the way in there. Excellent.
Going.
You got room there?
Oh, we got plenty of room. It's so spacious.
Okay. Now KJ and Timmy Tomas, our local engineers, are gonna build a stand for this big water dish so that we don't have to manpower flip this thing. We'll put it up on a stand, we'll put a drain at the bottom, and make it much easier for us to keep clean. Okay, so KJ built this beautiful stand for the water, and this guy's definitely going to utilize that. So this is a Black Dragon we're going to release in here into his new home, and he's never had this much space before, so we were able to lure him in the bin. I'm sure you'll see that in this video, so we didn't have to catch him. So hopefully he'll only take a few days of being scared of us before he starts to work on the tongs again and eat food off the tongs. What he wants to do. There he is. Okay, he's a little nervous. We're not gonna rush him, but we'll put it right by the water so he can smell the water, feel comfortable. And we'll just leave this here with him. All right, I'm sure by the time we go home today and we come check on him, he'll be underwater, most likely hiding for the night. And then we'll see how he does tomorrow.
Now I'm going to have a little plant segment. In today's segment, I'm going to show a little bit of this 350-foot tropical vine path that I've been working on for the last 2 or 3 years. The front of the pond is filled with 200 tropical lilies, an arched bridge, an island, and a gazebo, but the back of the pond is filled with a 6-foot-high cement wall, and I wanted to beautify it. So I started planting all different types of vines and shrubs that had flowers of every color: red, yellow, white, blue, and pink. I wanted to build something massive, something bold, something beautiful, and I wonder, could the cement wall on the back of the pond be as breathtaking as everything on the front end of the pond? I also want to have the flowers bloom year-round. Some things bloom in the summer, some things bloom in the fall, spring, and winter. And I need to have lots of different plants with lots of different blooming seasons. This is a very fun project for me. Next, I want to take a look at the Mandevilla Bridge. There are hundreds of flowers blooming along the 32-foot bridge. And let's take a look at the tendrils starting to grow up the supports. This is going to be beautiful. I decided to go up to Aquascapes after all. I was really torn because I hated to leave my 16-year-old dog, Susha. But I changed my ticket, so I'm only going up to Aquascapes for 24 hours. So I get on the airplane, I jump up there, I take the tram to the rent-a-car area, and off I go for the planting. Aquascapes is a beautiful place with multiple fountains, waterfalls, and this pondless waterfall they built last year during the Pondemonium conference. I had to shoot a little video of this alligator snapping turtle. This is the coolest alligator snapping turtle I've ever seen. I think they said it's well over 100 pounds, and the aquarium looks pretty cool as well. It's one of my favorite animals at Aquascapes. I was a little anxious to see how all the plants had shipped. First, let's take a look at all the Amazon lilies, and then after that you can see the tropical lilies. You can see all the different colored pads, and we sent both day bloomers and night bloomers, and you know what, they look pretty good. And then let's take a look at the marginals. We sent some big, bold alocasias and bananas to add a tropical flair to the water garden paradise, along with many marginal water plants such as papyrus, scarlet milkweed, cannas, dwarf papyrus, taros, just to name a few. The purpose of these bamboo pipes is to keep the hardy thalia and the tropical red stem thalia from breaking up in the Chicago wind. We're going to leave the stakes in the pots, and we're going to have a lot of new shoots grow up around it. And later in the summer we can take the PVC pipe out. We did a bucket brigade. We had about a half dozen people potting up lilies. We had to pot up about 63 lilies. And we had one person pull them out of the water. We had one person filling dirt in the pot, another person putting fertilizer in the pot, and a second person adding more dirt. We carry them to the pond and put them in the water. I think it took us a couple of hours to pot up the 63 lilies. This is the wetland filter we're going to plant up. We planted it up last year. It came out fantastic. We're going to do a similar job this year. They have two bog filters, one on the left and one on the right. And we want them to look attractive from both the front and the back. The back is seen as you drive up onto the property, and the front is seen from the showroom in the conference room from the other side of the pond. We laid the plants out in the bog filter, mixing different colors and textures. We went into the building to eat lunch, and then the sky opened up and it started to pour. I took a quick video and I had to catch my plane back home. It was a short trip, but I am glad I went. And look who was waiting for me when I got back to Orlando. Susha.
Hi babies, I got some yummy yummies! Yummy yummies! Susha wants some yummy yummies!
We will see you next week, and don't forget to like and subscribe.